So what we were last talking about was how I was with the girl who blamed me for the reason why she stole her foster parents' car, right? So, and I was just about to get into me going back to my ex and how it was one of the worst decisions I've ever made in my life. I should have let it go. And the reason why I say that is, I'll just get back to the story. So, when I went back to her, we were sleeping on my mom's floor. We lived in Kent, Washington, if you guys don't know. I live in Seattle. And we're sleeping on my mom's floor. And it was just the case that of her being lonely and missing me. And I like to say that at that point we didn't love each other. We were used to each other, or maybe we loved each other, but we weren't in love, right? But we lived on my mom's floor. After a while, we moved out of there into our own apartment. It was a one-bedroom. We didn't move. We moved in. I was still hustling and whatnot, and the rent was $950 and $960. I did not have a job at the time. I was hustling. I thought I had it all figured out, right? And she was working every single day. And when I say our relationship took a turn for the worse, it was bad. And the reason for this was, number one, I was not helping her pay the rent. I was really selfish with my money. I was really self-absorbed, self-centered. And so the day came where she tried to kick me out. And her grandmother was downstairs and she wanted to kick me out and have her cousin move in. I should have just left, but I was stubborn, right? But no, I stayed there. They could not move me. I stayed, continued to do everything, and we didn't have a bed or furniture or really anything. And we were just living life day by day. We didn't have any goals, nothing like that, right? And we got into really bad fights. I remember one time a few people came over. We were all drinking. We didn't even have a table. We used to just like stand around and drink, right? And we got into a really bad fight. And my best friend was there at the time. And we're arguing and arguing. And she said something along the lines of, yeah, that's why your best friend looks better than you. I was sensitive at the time. Self-esteem was low. And so I'm keeping it 100% real. I try to go after her. I don't know what was wrong with me. I was angry and my friend grabs me, snatches me up. Yeah, no, you can't do that. What are you doing? Everybody's silent, right? And anyways, she ends up on the floor somehow. I don't know what happened. And because of my friend, he grabbed her. And she tried to bite him in his private. Well, she did. He said she almost got the McNuggets, man. And I commend him for dealing with all the craziness that I put him through based on my relationship. There was a bunch of things that he didn't have to experience, but he's still my friend to this day. He's like my best friend. We've been through the most strenuous, some of the most strenuous things that life can put you through, and we survived it. At least our friendship survived it, right? And so eventually we had to stop doing what we were doing. But anyways, back to the story. So we leave, we jump in the car. She comes flying down the stairs, running after us, right? I'm sitting in the passenger side, and she's like hanging on the window while we're trying to drive away, and screaming at the top of her lungs. So it's like, you insult me, we argue, it almost got physical, but yet you come darting out, liquor makes the mind irrational. It's a temporary escape from your personal problems that you'll still have to face in the morning after you wake up. The only difference is that you'll have a headache, and it'll be even worse and heavier than it was the day before. But anyways, she was hanging on the window. We pull off, and that used to get me. You know, I really couldn't understand it. I'm like, well, she loves me and whatnot, and enough to do this, but that was just, the alcohol and the fuzziness of the mind talking. And everybody used to tell me to leave her. Could have done way better with that one another. But anyways, we move on. And as a matter of fact, yeah. Okay, yeah. We move on, and eventually we lose that apartment because we couldn't pay the rent, and we end up go living with my friend Richie. It would be cool with me saying Richie. As long as you don't know the last name, you can't stalk him. We lived there for a while. Once again, I'm not contributing to the rent. I'm just exercising. She's paying my phone bill, my gym membership, everything, right? And we're living there. We're doing our thing. Everything seems to be swell because at this point, we're just happy with a place to live. And so I could cut the story in half. Eventually, she wants to leave. She's like, all right, I don't want to be with you anymore, blah, blah, blah. I'm even taking my cat and da-da-da-da, right? And I'm like, what? You're leaving, da-da-da-da. I did something that really hurt my pride. I think I was like begging for her to stay and not to leave and crying and whatnot. And it was a bunch of crap, right? So she leaves, and I start reading this book called, what is the name of the book? One Day My Soul Opened Up. I'm reading the book, start exercising again, getting into shape and losing weight. I was about 260 pounds back then. Started losing weight rapidly, just exercising every day, going hard. I was exercising 2 times a day, once when I wake up and once before I go to sleep, hitting the punching bag the whole 9 yards. Start getting into shape and whatnot. And we have our encounters, me and her. But when you break up with somebody, the reason why you go back is because that person knows you, and it's easier to go back to that person than to familiarize yourself with someone else, right? But anyways, we were like on and off, and then we were super off, and then eventually my friend Richie's mom, no, we left her house because she wanted $1,000 in rent, and there was no way that we could do that. I was on government assistance, so I only received $147 a month or something like that. And I was fighting for my Social Security at the time, so that's the reason why I wasn't working, even though I could have worked. It's no excuse, right? But anyways, so hey Google, decrease volume to 60%. But anyways, so we left. And we went to go live in a hotel. We were there. We were in one expensive one for 2 days, left there, went to another one. My great-grandmother, she paid for that for 2 weeks. I think we were in there for Christmas as well. Had a few visitors. We drank and whatnot. And he ended up leaving me one day. He said he needed to go to his mom's house to do laundry. I said, all right, cool. Since I spent my money, I spent my last couple dollars on food, bring some food back, right? So I hit this guy up. He doesn't get back to me all day. And then he finally gets back to me at about 9 o'clock. And he says, yeah, man, I jumped on a bus to Colorado. I'm on my way there right now. Left me in the dust, right? In the hotel. And at the time I was thinking, oh, this is such a disrespectful guy. But I thank him for doing that, because I wouldn't be where I am today. And from that hotel, I went to go live at my brother's house, and I was sleeping on his couch. And at the time, I was fighting for this apartment that I'm currently in now. And I was bugging the lady every single day, getting on her nerves and whatnot. And, I spent Christmas at my brother's house, I remember, and it snowed, and I was there for a few months. And after that, I finally got into the apartment. Then a new chapter of my life started. All the while, my body's physical condition was deteriorating, right? But I was still fighting and exercising every day. So I'll do the fourth part of my story tomorrow. But I do want to end this video with this: gratitude. Gratitude. You should invite gratitude into your life as many times as you can, for the air that you breathe, the water that you drink, the fact that you have all your limbs, the fact that you have eyes, teeth, a nose, hair, you know, the fact that you can eat food, the fact that you can use a bathroom, get in and out of the bed, just little things, you know. The fact that you have all these tools that are readily available so you can improve your life. Gratitude for every breath that you take, for the fact that you're alive and you have a new opportunity to do whatever it is that you want to do. So don't wait to achieve anything. Just go for it right then and there when it hits your mind. That's what I'm doing with this YouTube channel, man. This is completely spontaneous. I have no idea what I'm doing at all. I reached out for help. I'm pretty sure a few people will be able to help me get a sense of direction. But right now I'm just talking about my life and my story up until this point, and how muscular dystrophy saved my life. So, peace. I should really work on an intro and an outro. That'll be later down the road. Don't got the funds for that right now.